Today on the Health Informer, sugar, the new enemy number one. Are you addicted? It's no secret that governments all over the world are starting to crack down on sugar. They are passing taxes on sugary drinks and snacks, banning them from schools, and more treatment programs are becoming open to people who believe they are addicted to sugar. But what is the truth? Is sugar the new enemy number one? First, let's take a look at the different types of sugar and how it's been altered throughout time. The change from the natural state seems to be the most harmful aspect. The coca leaf was used for centuries in its natural state to chew on or make tea. This was normal, and there were no widespread issues that were known. But then they became highly processed and turned into a dangerous addictive drug known as cocaine. The poppy flower suffered the same fate. Formerly a safe and effective tea, often used for relaxation and pain, it got super processed and became a powerful, dangerous, and addictive opiate. Sugar first starts out as sugar cane, a healthy stalking plant. When used in its natural form, you can't consume enough of it to make you sick. But super concentrated and processed, it becomes like a drug. In fact, with lab rats, sugar actually outperformed cocaine as the drug of choice. It's important to understand that there are various types of sugar, some natural and some very processed, to the point that even if they started natural, they are no longer natural. There are 5 main types of sugar. Fructose. Don't get confused by the word. While fructose is derived from fruit, it's gone through processing that makes it a highly concentrated form of sugar. This type of fructose should really be called industrial fructose. Eating fructose from natural fruit is not unsafe and should not necessarily be avoided. Once processed, though, it becomes something else entirely and causes a lot of health problems. Glucose. If you run on a carbohydrate metabolism, this is sugar that's in your blood. You get it from natural plant foods such as carbohydrates, fruits, and vegetables, especially the starchy ones. It supplies almost all of the energy to the brain. It's important for metabolic health, respiration, and more. If you want to be able to think clearly, you must have the right amount of glucose. Glucose is created industrially by using starchy plants like corn, rice, wheat, and other ingredients. Lactose. Found in milk, it's made from the galactose and glucose. Industrially, it's produced as a byproduct of the dairy industry. Most humans produce lactase to help digest this type of sugar far into adulthood, but some people, especially those from Eastern and Southeastern Asia and some parts of Africa, cannot properly digest this type of sugar in adulthood. Maltose. This sugar is found in the germination process as the seeds break down their starch stores for food to sprout and grow. This type of sugar can cause many intolerances as well as weight gain, kidney stones, and more. However, eating it in its natural form, such as in sweet potatoes, soybeans, barley, and wheat, other than those who suffer from celiac, is relatively healthy. Sucrose. This type of sugar comes from cane and beets. Modern processing can make it look just like table sugar. Before it's been processed, it has a lot of health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Honey is mostly fructose and glucose with trace amounts of sucrose. As you can see, most sugars start in a very natural state and aren't bad in the natural and most whole form until they undergo super processing. It's the super processing that's bad for you because it makes natural sugars into highly addictive drug-like substances. 13 reasons sugar is bad for you. Let's look at many of the reasons sugar is thought to be bad for you. Some people say it's one of the worst things you can introduce to your system, even above fat. Number 1. Your immune system. If you consume too much processed sugar, you can reduce your ability to kill germs inside your body. It doesn't take much either. Just 2 sodas a day can stop the ability to fight off that flu bug and lead to falling ill. This doesn't mean you shouldn't get vaccines if you don't eat sugar, but when it comes to health, including dental health, avoiding sugar can boost your immunity exponentially. Number 2. Mineral balance. If you have trouble sleeping at night, are constipated, and having other problems, you could be having trouble with your mineral balance. If you eat a lot of sugar, you are likely depleting your magnesium stores to process all of it. Plus, you will lose more chromium through your urine if you eat a lot of sugar. Number 3. Behavioral problems. Every parent on the planet will tell you that sugar and lack of sugar can affect their child's behavior. If a child is hungry and their blood sugar is low, they will be sleepy and grumpy. If a child has an overdose of sugar, they will become agitated and animated. The key to better behavior is blood sugar balance. Number 4. Empty calories. The fact is, processed sugar has no health benefits whatsoever. Therefore, when you eat sugary meals, you're eating empty calories that will cause weight gain. The fact that sugar is often combined with fat and salt will make the effects even worse. It's better to avoid added sugar when you can. Number 5. Elevated insulin responses. When your insulin response is healthy, your cells will release the right amount of insulin. But if you regularly consume sugar, especially in overdose amounts, your body will become confused about when to release insulin and when not to release insulin. Number 6. Damages cells and tissues. The tissue in your eyes, kidneys, nerves, and more seem to carry sugar a lot longer than other organs. This means that the body can suffer damage from that remaining sugar because it damages small blood vessels. Number 7. Causes high blood triglyceride levels. There are no symptoms for high blood triglyceride levels. The only way to know if you have high triglycerides is by getting a blood test. It's usually part of your overall cholesterol test. Number 8. Contributes to hyperactivity. There are studies that show both results. Sugar does cause hyperactivity and sugar doesn't cause it. You must remember that any drug can affect one human one way and another human another way. But parents often report problems with hyperactivity in their child after consuming too much sugar. You can't ignore the possibility. Number 9. Anxiety. Refined sugars enter the bloodstream quickly and leave the bloodstream quickly. This process can manifest in more anxiety overall. Even though often people who are addicted to sugar eat to suppress anxiety, it's just making the problem much worse. It's best to avoid added sugars in the first place. Number 10. Poor concentration. Again, the reason sugar may affect concentration is because of the speed by which processed sugar can invade blood cells and then leave them. You need a balanced level of glucose to feed your brain, not short bursts of sugar, such as in the form of soft drinks or cereal. Number 11. Feeds some cancers. The fact is, cancer cells love sugar. That's because, like most living things, they need sugar to grow. But not all sugars are created equal. Cancer cells love white sugar, white flour, and high fructose corn syrup. The good thing is that if you simply reduce your consumption of processed sugar, you can cut your cancer risks. Number 12. Hypoglycemia. Low blood sugar happens in people who have a condition called hypoglycemia. This can be a condition on its own, but it can also happen in people who have diabetes and take medications like insulin because their bodies don't produce enough on their own. And number 13. Poor digestion. Processed sugar is very acidic. The more alkaline you can make your body, the healthier you become. If you have an acidic stomach, you'll suffer from heartburn, GERD, and other digestion problems. Each person is affected differently. It's best to look at your own symptoms and health issues, and if you have any of these problems, try eliminating processed sugar first to see if you notice any changes in your health. The surprising places sugar hides. The hidden sugar in our diet is hard to find. You'll be amazed at the things that have added sugar and often unnecessary sugar inside. A list of some of the items that have hidden sugar. Breakfast cereal, including so-called healthy cereals, some of which have more than 23 grams of sugar. Asian food, packaged or restaurant prepared, even sushi. Canned and packaged soups and sauces. Frozen yogurt. Smoothies. Most smoothie shops add a ton of sugar. Bread. Most commercial breads add sugar. Canned beans, especially chili beans or baked beans. Muffins. Most are just cakes in muffin form. Yogurt. Many yogurt brands are very high in sugar. The lesson is that anything pre-made and packaged is in danger of having too much sugar. How much sugar is too much? One thing that needs to be clear is that there's a difference between naturally occurring sugars and added sugar. Basically, it breaks down that adults should not consume more than about 90 grams of total sugars in each day. When you consider that a cup of grapes has 15 grams of sugar, whereas a can of Coke has 39 grams, it is wise to read labels and reconsider your current habits. It makes the choices much easier. Are you addicted to sugar? Here are some common behaviors that predict sugar addiction. You eat too much. You crave processed carbohydrates. You crave salty foods. You crave meat. Every meal is high in sugar. You get moody without sugar. You feel powerless over sugar. You start and end your day with sugar, and you suffer a 3 p.m. slump. If you really want to rid yourself of sugar cravings, lose weight and get healthier, a good way to do that is to avoid added sugars. Take it one day at a time. Focus on eating until you're satisfied and not stuffed whenever you're hungry. Get enough hydration, exercise, and sunshine, and you'll kick that sugar habit to the curb in no time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.